What's up, PokerBEASTs? Welcome back to the vlog. This is a very special edition. $9,000 on the table, $1,000 max. We've all bought in for the max, and I'm here to play some deep stack 1-3. This is not what I'm used to. I'm used to a $300 cap. I am definitely out of my comfort zone for a few reasons. One, I'm playing on a live stream. It's a unique situation. Two, I'm in a completely new card room. Three, I'm playing with players I don't know anything about. There is next-gen poker at the table, so you can watch their vlogs and get a taste for their style, but all the other players are unknowns to me. And of course, how all the players are deep. In my 1-3 game, sure, one or two players might get up to $1,000, but it's rare that everyone at the table has $1,000. I get involved with this first hand with Rosie. We both have King-Queen. He's raised $15 pre-flop. I made the call. I checked to him on the 4 Ace-Jack flop with my gut shot. He bets 25. I make the call. We're headed to the turn, which is the 7 of clubs. We both decide to check to each other. If anyone bets here, it would take down the pot. I thought about betting, and I probably should have bet, but I was also planning to possibly repop him if he put a bet in. The river comes out the 9 of diamonds. Neither of us get there. It's a chop pot if we both stay in. And when I check it over to him, he checks it right back to me. We are chopping the first pot. Not the most exciting hand, but definitely I'm getting my toes wet and I'm starting to get more comfortable. The PokerBEASTs meetup game has moved dates. There's so much interest. The casino has asked us to move it to June 22nd. It's a Tuesday. It's going to go from 5 to 10 p.m. You need to be there. It's going to be a blast. There's going to be a ton of tables, a ton of action. Wolfgang Poker is going to be there. Think Blue Poker is going to be there. I'll see you on the felt. I'm up just $17, and very quickly I get into my next hand, my first premium pocket pair of the night. I have many. I get a lot of good hands this session, that's for sure. I look down at pocket jacks. I'm in middle position on a $6 under the gun straddled hand, and I open the action for $25. Sebastian in the cutoff makes the call, and then the button 3-bets to 115. It's the first 3-bet of the night that I've seen from this player. He's on the button. He could be making a squeeze move. I could raise, but I decide just to flat call. Sebastian flat calls as well. I wish I would have come out of the gate a little more aggressive. The dealer puts out the flop. Ace, deuce, 9. There's an ace on the board. There's 2 players in the pot. I have to assume that might be one of them has it. I check it over to Sebastian. He doesn't take long. After eyeballing chips, just check as well. And then we're going back to the 3-better pre-flop. Johnny Durr on the button. He stacks out chips, a modest amount of greens, and about the equal amount of red. He bets 195 into the pot. There's $355 already in the pot. This is going to make it $550. Right off the bat, I can tell you I didn't believe the button. I thought this bet was a little large. Looking at the hand now, $355 already in the pot. It was about a half-size bet. At the time, though, I was thinking that he was trying to push us off of that pot. The only aces that he'd really have are pocket aces, ace-king, ace-queen, ace-jack. I don't know this player at all. I don't know what he's 3-betting with. I just decided to make the fold. I'm also worried about the player behind Sebastian in the cutoff. Instinctively, I wanted to make a play. I wanted to bet $500 or $600. And then I realized that if either of them have a good ace, they're going to stick in. These guys are Texas players. And so I thought it would be a little too risky to make that move with 2 players in. Maybe if it was just Johnny Durr on the button, push me around, I'd push him back. But I decided to be safe and make the fold. I think this is a great example of when you should be 4-betting pre-flop. 4-betting with jacks I think is totally reasonable, especially if you're trying to thin the field to heads up. And if someone 5-bets you all in, you really kind of know where you are. I would definitely like if I started being more aggressive with my big pocket pairs pre-flop. I just always get nervous I'm going to run into aces or kings, but the odds of that are actually pretty low. The player on my left is It's Justice. He's very aggressive and he's up a lot. He's been catching cards, taking money from players. He's up about $1,200 already. I think he gets up close to 3, but it's really difficult having such an aggressive player on my left like that. And he's been in basically every pot, winning every hand, showing multiple bluffs. And this is a classic case of I don't believe you syndrome that I get. First of all, I shouldn't have even been in this hand to begin with. I'm on the button. It's Justice has put a straddle on. It folds all the way around. It's just me and him left. I decide I'm going to give him some action for the stream. The flop comes king 4-10. I've hit my middle pair, and It's Justice has hit a gut shot straight draw with a backdoor flush draw. We check to the turn, and boom, the queen of hearts. He's hit his gut shot. He's turned the check mark. I can't beat him now, and I bet into him $15. He looks at me. He asks me if I want action, and he min raises me to $30. I just don't believe him. He can't win every hand, right? So I make the call. We're headed to the river. It's the 6 of diamonds. Doesn't change anything, of course. And I'm going to give up. I'm going to check it over to him. He just grabs a bunch of chips and puts them in the pot. Now, I've been trying to watch the table very closely, and I actually just saw him do the exact thing to Frankie. I'm going to jump back and show you the bluff on Frankie. Look how much I'm staring at his hands when he's making this play. remembered specifically this moment when I was deciding if I'm going to call. Look how similar it is. Without counting, he grabs a whole stack from the back and puts it into the middle of the pot. So I'm trying to play exploitive poker here. I'm proud of myself for seeing that and then entering it and adjusting it into my game. Unfortunately, it was at the exact wrong moment. He has the second nuts after all. I make the call. He shows me how terrible my call is, and I toss away my cards. Not happy about that one at all. I'm interested to hear what you think about paying attention at the poker table and using that to play exploitive poker. I haven't played with this person. I made a move based off of just one thing I saw. Maybe I didn't see enough to make that call. It obviously was the wrong decision. I went all the way down to Texas to give you guys some incredible content. I also went down there because it was going to be a blast for me. If you can reward my hard work and my effort with a thumbs up, it would really help the channel. It really does matter a lot. Thank you so much. Let's get back to the next hand. That unfortunately has me down $187. To make you proud, not only did I buy in for $1,000, but I continued to top off to $1,000 for pretty much the entire session. I was finally in at the end of the night for $1,500, which is quite a bit for me. But I wanted to seize the moment, go for it, learn and grow from the pressure and the experience, and make myself a better poker player from it. I get king-queen offsuit. I'm in middle position, and I throw out a bet to $16. There was a $6 straddle in the pot. I get a call from Sebastian on my left. He's been running hot all night, playing basically every pot. It folds back around to Devin with 4 deuce offsuit. He makes the call as well. We're going 3 ways to the flop, $52 in the pot, and the dealer puts out king, 7, queen. I've hit my top pair. It's a really connected draw-heavy board, both straights and flush draws out there. And so when the option gets to me, I'm just going to go ahead and charge the players, hoping that one of them has something, but not something good enough to beat me. I bet $25 and they skedaddle as fast as they can with their terrible holdings. So I'm scooping a small one, $36 profit on that hand. I toss out Jack Deuce, I get rid of Queen 3 and 10-6. I'm just kind of hanging around, down 188, still topped off at 1,000, waiting for a good hand. I finally pick one up. It's not just a premium, it's the best hand in poker, pocket aces. Devin decides he's going to come into the pot with his ace-4 suited. He makes it $35. Justice is on the button. I could give him a chance to 3-bet, but I decide I need to take it into my own hands. I don't want to get a bunch of callers to this pot, so I make it $100. Justice gives me a look. He stacks around chips like he's about to raise me up. I see what he has. I know he's not going to do it. He definitely would have called for $30. He folds. Frankie folds as well. He folded his king-queen offsuit. Sebastian folds 9-8 offsuit. They all would have come to the flop with me, and I would have had a really hard time navigating. Devin makes a fold with his ace-4 suited, and I'm scooping a $49 pot. Unfortunately, I'm only winning the small ones, but it feels good to start being dealt some nice cards. My VPIP is going up, which means voluntarily put in pot. I honestly don't know too much about it since I never play online poker. I'm trying to keep all my stats towards the top. I want to be an exciting poker player for the stream, and I want to be invited back. I'm in third place with my pre-flop raise. It's at 15%, and my aggression frequency is 30%. We've got to move that one up the chart a little bit. Let's see what we've got in store. I'm trying to quickly show you the hands I folded. It's interesting in a cash game that's being live streamed because usually you can play a cash game for however long you want, but here you know you only have 4 hours to get your hands in. I'm in the small blind with Queen 10, and I just decided to complete calling the 3. We're going 4 ways to the flop, $12 in the pot, and a queen comes on the flop, giving me 61% equity. You can see I have the best hand so far. Since I'm first act, I decided to just check it, hoping that someone else will bet and I can make the call. But when the turn comes to 9 of hearts, I decide I have to put money in. The pot's only at $12, so I size up to $15. I get one call from Sebastian. I get another call from Devin. Now there's some money in the pot, $57. We go to the river. It's another heart, the king of hearts. There's 4 hearts out there, and I don't have any. I check to my opponent, Sebastian, who, of course, has the nuts on this board. He bets $30. Devin has an 8 of hearts. Can he fold it, or is he going to make the call? He does make the call, and I know that I'm beat here. There's no way I can win. I could have bet on the flop, but I'm nervous that my 10 kicker is no good 4 ways. I didn't want to inflate the pot, but it cost me in the end. Still down $160. Moving down the leaderboard, we're hoping to gain some traction soon. And this may be the hand to do it. I pick up pocket jacks on the button, $1,000 in my stack, 6 to go under the gun straddle. I make it $30 to call. Justice says, why the heck are you doing this to me? But he's coming along, of course. He's on a heater. And then we're down to Sebastian. Sebastian has been relatively quiet, not too active, does get into some pots, but not an overly aggressive player. He makes the call. We're going 3 ways to the flop. $93 in the pot, and the dealer puts out ace, king, 7, an absolutely terrible board for my jacks. When action checks through to me, though, I'm definitely going to be protecting my range, betting this flop. It connects with my range a lot. I put in the bet. I keep it small, $40. Now it's on to Justice. He's just got a gut shot. Does he want to come along, or does he want to give it up to me? He looks at his cards. I don't think he's going to be playing this one. He's been running hot. No, he makes the call. He's going to go for the gut shot. Now I cannot hit a jack, or I'm going to be in big trouble. It's back to Sebastian. Sebastian has the best hand right now. He's got the pair of kings with 94% equity to win the hand. Sebastian does make the call. Look at me. I'm sitting at 2%. I've been getting big pocket pairs, but the flops have not been in my favor. The turn comes. It's the 8 of clubs. Sebastian's equity is going through the roof. I'm at 0%. And this time he's going to bet out $75 when it's checked to him. There's 213 in the pot. I'm getting pretty good odds to make the call, but I just know that my hand is not good. The problem is I could have probably taken this pot down. I just need to be more aggressive in this game. You can tell that there were plenty of spots where I wanted to show aggression. I just didn't because I am a little out of my comfort zone. And this is a big lesson that we all can learn on. You really have to continue playing your style of poker, no matter where you are, no matter who you're up against. And aggression does win pots. I unfortunately do have the action players on my left. It's Justice right directly on my left. And then the gentleman in the tie-dye, he's also aggressive. And then the players on my right are quite tight. So I don't have great table position. I definitely would have moved from this position if I had that opportunity or option. But the seats are randomly assigned via high card. And then you're stuck with them. I'm down $230. I've been in quite a few hands, but they just haven't panned out. I've gotten jacks twice, aces once. Let's see what else we got in store. Once again, we get a very nice pocket pair, premium pocket queens in the middle position. It's folded around to us. I'm going to be opening the action here, and I decide on a $20 bet. Let's see who wants to come along. Let's see some of those hole cards. This is really exciting that you can see the hole cards. It's crazy to see myself on a poker game like this. I can't wait to do it again. It Justice makes the call, 7-6 offsuit, ace-6 for Sebastian. And then we have king-4 for Corey. Is he going to make the call? Another $17. I think he's just going to toss the hand away. And he does. We're headed to the flop. Three-way, $64 in the pot. This time, pretty good chance that I'm going to pull the pot in. Only the ace on the board can... Ace, deuce, 5, 2 diamonds. So it's Justice with some backdoor opportunities. Sebastian hitting his ace on me with a poor kicker. I'm going to go ahead and bet out. I make it $25. Sebastian min raises me to $50. Very interesting. I'm not sure what the min raises means. Maybe he has diamonds. It's just such a weird move to put a min raise in like that. Maybe he has hit the nut straight, but he'd probably want to bet more. It's just such a confusing play. I probably could just fold right there because I'm basically drawing to a queen if he has an ace. Plus, there's a lot of draws that can get there on me, but I make the call. We're headed to turn 9 of clubs. Now Sebastian has 93% over me. Once again, he has me right where he wants him. I check it over at him. And he goes for the green chips. He throws in $100. Once again, I'm on my heels playing passive poker. $264 in the pot. I want to go for a raise here. I'm thinking about it. I've been in this spot many times before where I haven't put in the raise and it was the correct opportunity. So I just make the call. Kato, you're playing such passive poker. I understand you're being put in difficult situations, but if you would have just shown aggression on any of these hands, you probably would have won them all, starting with the king-queen that was chopped first hand with the pocket jacks that I could have 3-bet pre-flop. I'm really just walking myself into the hole by not being aggressive enough. This is why I play aggressively, because it opens up doors, opens up opportunities. Here I am in a difficult situation. Again, Sebastian has the check mark. He's going to scoop this pot. $364 in there. The question is, what's going to happen on the river? Can anything change? No, I check. He checks back to me. I see the ace, and I toss away the queens, mucking a premium pocket pair for the 3rd time this session. It doesn't feel good to be getting such good cards, but not have the stack to show for it. I dig into my handy-dandy fanny pack once again, trying to get some chips, trying to top off a little bit. I wear the fanny pack because I'm semi-pro. When I turn pro, I'm going to upgrade to a backpack. I continue my slide down the leaderboard, $400 in the tank. I got to turn it around. I didn't come here to lose. I visualized and meditated a lot before the session, picturing myself winning, picturing thousands of dollars worth of chips in front of me. This is not what I expected, but I'm still having a ton of fun. If you don't believe I'm having fun, watch this hand. Andrew raised to 12. Corey made the call. Devin made the call, and I'm going to put in the 3-bet with 7 deuce offsuit. That's right, folks. I'm down, but I'm still here to play poker. I wanted to come in and win with 7 deuce on the live stream. And as it folds away, my dream comes true. This one I'm showing to the table, letting the table know that I'm here to play, and I'm willing to 3-bet with literally anything. I'm back to 364. We're going to finish off this episode with this last hand. It's an exciting hand. It's a fun one. Let's get to it. There's a double straddle on this pot. In Texas, you can straddle, and then the player in the middle position seat can straddle on top of you. The under the gun straddle 6, the middle position player straddle 15. It's folded away to me, and I have ace-7 suited on the button. I'm going to put in a 3-bet. I make it 40 to go. The blinds fold out of the way. It's just Sebastian who decides to let his queen-5 offsuit go, and then Johnny Durr in the middle position makes the call with 6-4 of diamonds. We're going to the flop, $90 in the pot. Heads up, 10-8-8. Johnny checks to me, and with this hand, I think I have good showdown value with my ace. I have backdoor straight and flush draws, so I'm going to check it back. We're going to see a free card, and it's the ace of clubs. I've hit my top pair, and this is when Johnny starts to grab some chips. He throws in some greens. He throws in some reds. He goes big, $90. Now it's on to me. I have my ace, but I have a terrible kicker. He could also have an 8. What's he betting with? My hand's too strong to fold, and so for $90, I'm going to come along. I'm going to see the river. I take one more second to go through my head. How has he played? This is the second most aggressive player at the table. So against other players, it may be hard, but against him, it's actually a pretty easy call. We're going to the river, 270 in the pot, and it's the 9 of clubs. I am blocking some lower end straights. He could have queen jack, but I see that as about the only straight he could have. He goes for greens, slides his fingers down the side of a $500 stack, and grabs quite a few, and he goes for reds as well. He likes mixing his bets up like that, I've been able to notice, and he goes big. He doesn't want to go home. $190 is the bet. Now it's on to me, 440 in the pot. This is less than a half-size pot bet. I have top pair on this board. There is a lot that beats me, but this is also a good spot that he could be bluffing, and he's been bluffing quite a bit all night. He could easily have ace-jack, ace-queen, some ace with a better kicker. I size him up and down, trying to get a tell. An aspect of the game I've been working on a lot is lifting my gaze, focusing on the players, not just the cards. Focusing at a poker table can be hard with all of the distractions, but the amount of information you get is incredible. I size him up a little bit. He looks pretty comfortable, but I feel pretty comfortable too. There's no way I'm getting away from this. I put my money in the pot, and he flips over proudly. The 6-4 diamonds, absolutely nothing. He caught me off guard when he flipped him over so powerfully, but I'm scooping the pot with ace-7 of hearts. Finally, I get a decent-sized pot being pushed my way. It feels great. And we're going to end the first episode of this live stream recap right here. As you can see, I went to showdown. I'm leading 50% of the hands I've played have gone to showdown. That last hand did a pretty good job of getting my stack back to even. I'm only down $54, and I'm in 4th place, back at the top. I can't wait to jump into the next episode with you. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, join the family, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. You've got nothing to lose. We're having a ton of fun, and the content is going to be flowing. Thank you so much for watching. Kato out.